dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Please let me know down in the comment field, how you're doing and what you will be working on or doing while listening to me yabbering on. So, I'm sorry. To all the new people in here, hi, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing. There is a subscribe button right down there somewhere. And next to it, you will find a bell. If you ding that bell and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video. And to all my returning subscribers, hi friends. I'm so appreciative of you coming here and watching my videos again and again. So today we're doing a Wip Chat, and if you're new to the craft or new to YouTube and you don't know what a Wip Chat is, WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And today my work in progress is this diamond painting. I do also knit, so sometimes you will see me knitting. But today it is a diamond painting. You can do a diamond painting, you can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can do grocery shopping, driving, or you can sit in a chair or couch treating this like a podcast. And chat, well, chat means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? Okay. So what are we working with today? Well, we are working on this pretty diamond painting. This is from Jaded Gem Shop. She is called, and do not butcher it because I'm going to butcher it, La Dame aux Camélias. I have no idea if I said that correct. She is painted by Alphonse Mucha. She's an old master, and she is a small one. She is 60 by 180 centimeters, and yes, I am a sarcastic kind of person, so yeah. I started this one on the 20th of October, so my brain just farted or something. But yeah, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and yeah, I love her. And we are, where are we? We are around these leaves right here. So yeah, right around here. And what are we working with? Well, I have my trusted Bella Nicole tray. Love it. I have my pens from Leopard Leatherworks, and this one is from North Alchemist. They both have a single placer from Diamond Art Club with a glue dot in it, and they both have 6 placers also from Diamond Art Club. One of them have my own homemade scented putty, and the other one has scented putty from Enabler's Outpost in it, in the scent mint chocolate. Okay, then I have this little trash minder from Angie's. God, Angie, I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting it. Sparkle Addiction Art. Someday I will get it right the first time. I have my drills in these Elizabeth wood containers. I am using the small ones in this diamond painting. And what else? I have my trusted tweezers. And I have a mug of tea because Rosa has also gracefully shared some of her bugs with me. So I have a sore throat and a sniffle, so I apologize if I am clearing my throat and sniffle a little, because it isn't on purpose. You can complain to Rosa about it if you want to. So first color is this beautiful one, 801. But yeah, let's see. Again, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing fine, except from the sore throat and sniffles. I'm doing fine. We were away this weekend. We were with some of David's family, his sister and brother, his cousin and his wife. We had rented a vacation house a couple of hours from here, and it was a nice weekend. It really was. We were, having a lot of great food, and I have a new glue dot in this thing, so it has a hard time letting go of the dwells. I mean, it was a great weekend. The bed was horrible, but you know what? The bed is always horrible when it comes to my back. So I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep, which is, it sucks, but that's just how it is. It was beautiful weather down there. We had mostly sunny weather on Saturday. We arrived down there Friday around I don't know, 6 p.m. I think. We left here about 4 p.m. So yeah, 2 hours later, 6 p.m. And then we had, arrived, we unpacked and chit-chatted a bit, and we had dinner. We had a pie, tart, whatever you want to call it, with salmon and spinach. I didn't get the spinach and I didn't get the cheese. I'm not very good with the mix of salmon and spinach. It has a weird taste in my mouth, and I do not eat cheese. But it was great nonetheless. And then the rest of the evening we were chit-chatting, and I was knitting on Rosa's dress tunic. I'm still not sure what it'll be. Depends on how far the yarn would lead me. But yeah, I was knitting, and I don't know, around 1 or so, we went to bed, and I hardly got any sleep. I mean, the last time I remember looking at the clock, it was after 4, and we got up at 8. So, yeah, not really a whole lot of sleep there. So, and my stomach, yeah, this is TMI, but I had to stay close to the bathroom that day. So the others went out to do some sightseeing and whatnot. I stayed at home at the summer house, vacation house, and I kept an eye on the fireplaces. We had two. One of them was a wooden stove, and the other one was a fireplace. So I kept those going. Yeah, and then they came back, and we were chit-chatting, having coffee and cake, and, just relaxing, spending time together, all that jazz. And then we were, I don't know what you call it, but over here it's called raclette. You have these little, and I just spilled. It's kind of like a fondue, but not with cheese in it. You grill meats and vegetables. You make little omelets and whatnot. I'm not sure what that is called in English, so please help me out if you know what I'm talking about. So we did that for a couple of hours. I was so full when we were done, because we were just sitting there talking, and then you just end up eating more than you normally would. And I don't even think I did, because the portions is so small. So maybe I didn't eat more than I usually would. We just ate over such a long time that your body and your stomach gets full, because usually you say that your stomach will give you that I'm full feeling after 20 minutes. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, it was delicious. And yeah. And then again, we were sitting, enjoying, talking. Some were reading. I was knitting. My sister-in-law was crocheting. You know, we were basically just cozy, doing whatever we wanted. Come on, you. Thank you. On Sunday, I have had yet another sleepless night. So I was tired. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was really, really tired. So I fell asleep on the couch. And the others went out on yet another excursion. David went out biking. He had brought his gravel bike. And I was just relaxing again. I took care of the fireplace and the stove. And knitting and cuddling with one of my brother-in-law's dogs. He is nearly blind. So, and had taken long walks the day before, so she needed to stay home. She has some hip issues and whatnot. So it was she and I, and she was just relaxed, staying, you know, close to where I was. And yeah, time flew. David came home, took a shower, and came back. I don't know why is it that you always say when you're somewhere that you came home? Because it's not your home. Is it a Danish thing, or do all of us do that? I mean, yeah, they came back to the vacation house, and we had coffee and cake. Well, some had coffee, I had tea, you know. We had hot drinks. And yeah, we had some chips and dip and chit-chatted again. And David and I started packing up our stuff because, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's too many. We were leaving on Sunday evening. The rest would stay until Monday morning. But, you know, David have to get back to work on Monday evening, so we needed to get back home so that we could stay up late and wake up as usual. And the others had to be out of the vacation house by 10, so that wouldn't work for us. So we went home. And hang on a second. Okay, sorry, I had to go to the living room and feed our wooden stove, because here's the kicker. When we came home that evening around midnight, wasn't it around midnight, maybe 11? I can't remember, it was late. Our heating system had decided that it wouldn't work. Yeah. So we came home to a house that was 18 degrees Celsius, which is around 64 degrees Fahrenheit, which is rather cold inside in November. Yeah, so we started the wooden stove, got it running, and the temp went up. And, you know, we got it up at, I don't know. We got it up, so it was okay. And then the next morning we called a plumber, and they didn't have any time until the next day, which was okay. We could live with that, you know. We would just keep heating the house with the wooden stove. We brought in some fans to blow the hot air around the house. And, yeah, then the next morning, which was Tuesday then. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's take that story first. Let's finish that adventure. So the next morning, the sweet lady from the plumbing company that we use called us, and she had talked to the boss, and we had him out a few weeks ago, and he had told us, so we knew that was a possibility, that our heating system, water system was old. So if we had another issue coming, the best way forward would probably be to change out the entire system to something more modern and up to date. And she called, said, this is what the owner of the company said. And David was like, yeah, we suspected that this was going to happen. And then the owner himself came to the phone, and he and David was chit-chatting about it, and and what to do and when to do. Sorry. The kicker, though, is they didn't really have a lot of time this week, so they can't fix it, change it until Monday. Yep. And today's Wednesday. So we are still heating up our house with our wooden stove, fans, and whatnot. I mean, we're not cold. The thing is, though, that the wooden stove is at the other end of the house from where I am right now. So the air can get a little moist, which isn't so bad in here, because I'm in here and my computer is running and I'm in here, So some of that moisture is evaporating. But our bedroom, that is a totally different story, because we sleep in there, and it just get more moisty in there. So right now we have the humidifier in there trying to suck out some of that moisture. We also have one in our bathroom, because our towels and stuff just won't dry out there, because it's colder, and yeah, but it will work. I mean, we'll survive, and hopefully we can laugh a little when all of this is over, and we'd be like, man, do you remember back then when, And we will laugh and say, oh, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. But you know what? I mean, we're lucky in this time and day, right? We have heating. Well, usually we have heating. We have running water. At least we have hot water, by the way. We have hot water. If we didn't, this would suck a whole lot more. We can shower, we can, all the things. We just don't have heating. So yeah, but we're lucky that we have all of that. I mean, you don't need to go back that many years until people didn't have all of that indoor. I mean, even plumbing, indoor toilets. was a luxury, right? So I really do appreciate that we usually have heating, and I look forward to getting it back on Monday, at least. And this is a blessing in disguise. It isn't that cold outside. I mean, if we had had a foot of snow and whatnot, I might be complaining a bit more. I mean, not might, I would be complaining more, because then it would be as cold in here. But I mean, I'm still running around in a t-shirt. I mean, you can see my bare arm here. I mean, I'm running around in a t-shirt. I'm not freezing. I know David is complaining a bit when we go to bed, and he says that it's cold in there. I mean, for me, I don't feel it that much. Maybe that's why I'm sniffling and whatnot, but I don't feel cold. I mean, it's not that I'm freezing or, you know. I can still stand outside in a t-shirt. I don't know if I would, you know, run around outside, you know, go shopping or take a walk or whatever. I wouldn't do that in a t-shirt, of course. But going, you know, out to get the mail or standing outside saying, you know, waving goodbye to David when he leaves for work and stuff like that, sure, I can do that in a t-shirt. I have socks on, that's big. David kind of, you know, looked at me Saturday morning and went, oh, the toe socks is back. Sorry about that. And I was like, yeah. I mean, people looked at me funny when I walked around in bare feet in November, you know, almost November. So, you know, I'd better wear some socks by now. I mean, when we get our heating back, probably, I'm not sure, but probably, I would go back to being barefoot indoor. I really don't appreciate wearing socks. I really don't. Which is why I'm pretty sure my body is created to live somewhere warm. I'm not sure that God intended for me to live in Denmark where it's always, well, not always, but most of the time it's windy and it's raining and, you know, all of that jazz. I'm pretty sure it was a mistake that I was born here. And no, I know that God is, you know, intentional with everything he does, so I was apparently supposed to be here, but my body wasn't. There has been made a mistake somewhere. I'm pretty sure when he designed this body, he designed it for someone else. I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. My brain is not braining today, because apparently I can't talk. Which is an issue sometimes, when you want to say a whole lot of stuff and your brain just made a brain fart. And you go, what was I trying to say here? Well, I know what I was trying to say. My mouth just won't cooperate. Which happens a lot when you're me. So know that if you're new here, my brain has a life of its own, which is called a pain brain, because I'm in constant pain. I can, if you want to know more about me and why I have a pain brain and why I'm, if you want to know more about me, go watch my very first video. It is linked down below in the about section. Not about, is it about? Description section. You can go watch it, and it will tell you about the syndrome that I have, my story to get my diagnosis as an adult, which I should have gotten my diagnosis as a child, but you can learn all about that in that video. And I really would appreciate it if you would watch it and say hi in it. I really, I want to know who watches that video. I mean, it means a lot to me if people watch it, because that means that you want to get to know me as a person. Yeah. And it'll probably explain more about why I am what I am. I mean, when you get to know me a bit more, you will know that I am extremely sarcastic. I love making fun at my own expenses. I say things as they are. I don't, how to say this? I don't tend to keep my opinion to myself. I do try to be nice about, I'm not maliciously evil to people. I have opinions, and I will let people know about these opinions. I will also sometimes explain why I have these opinions. And, but most of all, I'm really just very sarcastic. I love making fun, mostly of myself, and, yeah, you will get to know me, and you will know that you don't need to take me all that seriously. I will let you know if we're talking about something that's serious, and you will most likely be able to hear it in my voice when I'm serious about something. So, yeah. But if you feel offended about anything that comes out of my mouth, I'm sorry. I most likely don't mean it as you understand it. I will most of the time try to say something like, of course I'm sarcastic, or I will laugh or something, try to make it clear that I'm not all that serious. But sometimes I forget. But if you feel like something I say is, I don't know how to explain this. Maybe not 100% appropriate to your mind, or I don't know. I mean, you will learn. I'm not an evil person, even though I usually say that, I have said a million times, I'm not really that nice of a person. And that is oh, I'm so sorry about those sniffles. That is mostly because I am a very direct person. I say things as they are. I don't cuddle people. I don't do that in any way. I mean, not people in my real life, not anybody. I don't cuddle people. I'm a big fan of honesty. So if you ever feel like you have some criticism or whatever, let me know, but do it constructively. Don't be mean about it. I want to know how I can make this channel better. Also, if you have any ideas for videos or subjects that you think, oh, that'll be cool if you did this, I mean, let me know. I have in my bucket of this is what I would like to do, I have some videos where I will tell some history facts about Denmark and about this city that I live close to. I live in a small village. I mean, if you're a regular, you know this. But I want to do some history lessons or history facts about the town close by. It is about 10 minutes to the center of this city, this town, in car, so it isn't that far away. So yeah, that is the plan. I have videos where we're walking around in my small village, where I show you the church, our grocery store. I take you to the little museum farm that is very close to where I live. It's an amazing place. The farm is, I don't know, 400 years old or something by now. And it is a museum today. It used to be a working farm, but that stopped. Oh, I don't even know when it stopped. Maybe 50 years ago or something. I'm not even sure when they stopped. I can't remember. I know that I read it somewhere, but I can't remember. The pain brain and memory issues is to blame for this. I don't even know if they have their website in English. I need to figure out, because then I would put in the link to the website in the description box of that video. I need to figure out if you can get it in English, because I'm pretty sure some of you would find that interesting. I love all the animals up there. They have geese and ducks and chickens, sheep. What else do they have? Well, they do have bees as well. Yeah. It is amazing. And then they have, a vegetable garden, a herb garden. They sell honey up there from the bees. And yeah, they have arrangements up there 4 or 5 times a year. Soon it'll be the Christmas market, and I am going up there because I try to be up there for every event they have to support and, make sure that it stays open. They need, visitors and whatnot in order for the city to say, okay, this is something that we need to keep open, because this is a place where people come. And of course, depending on the weather, for these arrangements, people will show up. Usually for the Christmas event, there is a buckload of people. Because you can buy Christmas stuff. The kids can make some Christmas decorations, and yeah, it's very popular. And I mean, we're close to the city, so it doesn't take that long to get out here. Some people take the bus because parking can be an issue. I know that there will be renovations up there soon, and that some of that will be new parking, or getting more parking up there, because they have gotten complaints for the people living out here that people will park in front of houses so that they can't get their cars out, and they will park, dangerously, so, accidents can happen. And yeah, I mean, the police has been out here more than once, because it can be dangerous where people choose to park. So more parking is necessary. But yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. There was something that I was going to say about David, but then I continued on my story about the heating. Oh, right. I'm sorry. You know, my brain is a scatterbrain or whatnot these days. So David went back to work Monday night, and was it on Friday or Thursday? I can't remember. One of his bosses called, and asked, hey, can you take a newly employed with you next week, to show him how to do stuff and, show him the works. David has done that before, and if you're new, David is my husband. He's done it before, and he gets, he usually gets a lot of praises because he's good at it. He's very thorough, and the way he teaches them is by, the first time he does the work, he delivers gas and gasoline. Well, gasoline and diesel to gasoline stations. So he delivers that. And then the first time, these newbies, new employees, comes out with him, he shows them, okay, this is how things are done. Then they're doing it. He will, of course, be right by their side, correct them, if something can potentially be dangerous, or if they're doing it, in the wrong way, something like that. He's very good at it. And he told me that this guy, he had been with another person last week, and he did it completely differently. So this poor guy really didn't have the entire how do you say that? He wasn't sure how to do everything in the correct order, because the guy that he had driven with last week had them do everything together, which is a bad idea, because that new guy then doesn't learn to do everything in the order that it has to be done. And that can be an issue then when he's supposed to do this on his own. And he doesn't know, the necessary steps to connect the hoses to the rooms where you put in the gasoline and the diesel. It is important that you know how to do everything, that you need to put the overflow hose in first, and then you do this, and then you do that. I don't know all the things. I just, listen every now and then I learn some stuff, not all of it. So this guy found it a little overwhelming Monday evening. So, yeah, but I know he will learn, and he will be a great driver, a great co-worker when David is done with him. So, I don't know if it's just this week. Maybe usually the boss will contact him and say, so hey, how did you do? And then they'll decide if you maybe need another week. Well, we'll see. We will see. I don't know. I mean, usually that when he has to teach a new co-worker how to do everything, it means that he has more hours, because it does take longer to teach someone how to do everything. It does. I mean, that's just the gist of it. So, yeah. I'm sure, I mean, he enjoys it. It's giving him more money, you know. But he also likes, the freedom. He likes to be able to do stuff at home and not work 100 hours every week, But, I mean, luckily this isn't something that he's doing all that often. He usually say yes when his boss asks, because he's the person that goes, if I want a favor out of my boss, then I need to do him some favors as well, to get some goodwill, which, that makes sense. I mean, I'm the same way. When I was working, it's, keep your boss happy, make sure that they like you, that, they know that you're good at your job and that you're a part of the team, that you're a team player. That way it is easier for you to get a day off if it's needed. Like he had a day off Friday because we were going to that vacation house. I'm sorry. That sniffle. I need something to drink. I'm sorry. Tea is good when you have a throat that isn't cooperating 100%. And this is Ricola tea. It's that herb tea, you can get them as cough drops. I love it. I have the cough drops, of course, but the tea is just delicious. Sorry about that, you guys. I can't blow my nose because it's, I don't know, for some reason it isn't something that you can blow. It's higher up, and yeah. TMI, sorry. I just can't blow it out. So yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. I had Rosa Monday, and we were at gymnastics. It's been a few weeks because we had fall break. Then she was sick, and then I was sick. Because she so willingly shares all her bugs with me. I wasn't really, really sick, like sick. I was just, having a headache and feeling heavy. I wasn't feeling bad. Do you know that feeling of, yeah, your body just being heavy and, ugh, you know that feeling? So, yeah, I didn't have her that week because I want to be there, when she's out here. I don't want to just hang in a couch or whatever. Even if I did that, she would be content. I mean, she is playing with her, by herself. It is so great to see her grow into this young child. She isn't a toddler anymore. She's a 4-year-old with a lot of spunk and her own little personality, and oh my God, does she know what she wants and don't want. She can spell her name, she can write her name. She is, oh my God, this Monday she was making drawings for her mom and dad. She likes to draw, so she was making drawings. That is something that she's behind on, drawing. She's still making doodles, children's doodles. But, she is ahead in so many other areas. So I think it's okay. I mean, I'm going to try to practice with her. But I knew she was drawing for her mom and for her dad. Her parents don't live together. They They weren't married, so a divorce isn't really the right word. I just don't know what to say. They split up when Rosa was 2.5, I think it was. So, yeah. And she wanted to write her name on them, which she did, but she was so unhappy that she didn't write the S's correctly. You know, she write the S's like every child does in the beginning, the other way around, like a, yeah, like a mirrored S. And she was unhappy about that, and she wouldn't write it because it wasn't correctly, and yeah. I told her, I did that when I was starting to write. Uncle did it, Daddy did it, everybody does it. It's normal. And then I, went over there. I took her hand and the crayon that she was using, and then I did the S with her, so that she get that feeling of how to do the S, because, to do it the right way around, because she was doing it, mirrored. And I am, going to, because she's interested in letters and whatnot, I am going to practice a little with her, writing the letters and, yeah, stuff like that. If she wants to. I am not gonna force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. I mean, you can't force a child, at least I don't think you can. It has to be fun, so if she is telling me, no, I don't want to do it, then we won't do it. But if she shows any interest, of course, I am going to nurture that interest. I mean, I could read when I was 5. I couldn't write. I'm pretty sure I could write my name, of course, but I couldn't write. So I'm kind of impressed that she can write her own name at 4. But yeah, so I am gonna nurture that. I am going to see, when she gets to know the letters better, if she is interested at all in learning how to read. We will start easy, with you, me, him, her, daddy, mommy, stuff like that, easy words. Then we will find easy books, like, baby books with easy text, and then, just a few words on each side page and stuff like that. I'm so sorry. But it has to be in her pace, and if she doesn't want to do it, then we won't do it. But we will see. Do we have any more S's talking about the letter S? Well then, yesterday, every first Tuesday of the month, my brother has a board meeting in the political party that he's in. So I babysit every time, because he can't trust Rosa's mom. Sad as it is, but she isn't really a competent parent. Yeah, so I do that, and I enjoy it. I love it. I love spending time with her. And yesterday when I got down there, she was a little, well, she wasn't content. She was a little unhappy, and she was, ran a slight fever. My brother and I were like, we were sure it was because she was tired. Sometimes kids, when they're tired, they can get a slight fever and just be whiny is the wrong word. I don't know which word I want to use. But she was just not content. So she was on the couch with her iPad, and she fell asleep on the couch. And I let her sleep there because, I could always put her to bed later. And then all of a sudden she woke up, really, really unhappy. Really, really, she was crying. She was almost hyperventilating. Really, really, really upset. So I got her over on my lap and I tried to calm her down, getting her to breathe slowly again because she was really hyperventilating. And she was like, I want my mommy. She does that whenever she's, unhappy and whatnot. And I had to tell her, mommy isn't here. I want my daddy. And I told her, daddy will be here soon. He's at that meeting, and when he is done, he will be home. It won't be that long, even I didn't know when. But, comforting her, and she was like, I want my daddy. And then I get it. But daddy has to finish this meeting, and then he'll be home. And I calmed her down. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Got her back on the couch. She wanted the iPad, and she was watching some cartoon on there. And I could, she was feeling warm. So I texted my brother saying, okay, I think this is more than just being tired. She's really, really not content, and she was crying, and and she was, have you taken her temperature? They have one of those fancy ear thermometer things, and I can't get those things to work for the life of me. We have one of those here as well. David got one at one point. Or did I get it? I can't remember. Anyway, we have one. And for the life of me, I have no idea how that thing works. David uses it every now and then. I don't use it. So I texted him, you know what? I have no idea how to get this thing working. He sent me a laughing smiley, and he said, okay, meeting is over. I am on my way. Okay, so I told Rosa, Daddy's on his way home. He will be here soon. She's like, okay, I want Daddy now. Like, Daddy's on his way. He will be here very soon. Okay. So, she hears him when the door opens, and she then, 30 seconds later, turns off the iPad, lays down, and pretends to sleep. My brother had seen from the hallway that she did this. So he was laughing a little. Then he went over, poked her, and said, I know you're not sleeping. I saw you. And she then pretended to be like, I was sleeping. Why are you waking me? That girl, I'm telling you, she is something. And, we were just laughing at her, not in a mean way, but again, sarcastic and dark humor and whatnot. But, he took her temperature. It wasn't that high, but she was coughing and, just generally didn't feel well. So, he pulled two chairs together, the couch chairs, and she cuddled over there, fell asleep almost right away, snored like I don't know what. So we sat down and chit-chatted for a while about everything and nothing, kept an eye on her. And then I was like, okay, I have to get home to my wooden stove. I'm pretty sure it has gone out, so I need to go home and get it running again before my house gets too cold. And it was it was after 11 before I got home. And I had left at around 5:30. So, yeah, of course, the wooden stove was out. But I got it running again and scuttling with kitties. And then I went in here for a bit to diamond paint. You know, just because I needed some time to just do relaxing, and diamond painting does relax me. So, yeah, and then David came home at some point and we went to bed. So, yep. And here we are today, Wednesday. I haven't really done a whole lot today. I was up at our small grocery store getting some carrots. I need to go out and cut those, by the way. It's a horrible habit. I just bring them home, put them on the counter, and then kind of forget about them. It's a bad habit. So yeah, I got those, and then when I walked up there, I met this woman that I have known, oh my God, since I was a child. She was working in the bank. I had my accounts in when I was a child. And funny enough, she lives just around the corner from where we live today. I met her by accident one day. I was on the way back from the grocery store, and she was on the way there, and she recognized me. And she was like, "You're Mia, aren't you?" And I looked at her, and you know that I know who you are, but I don't know. Yeah. So she was like, "Oh, you remember me from the bank?" And I was like, "Right, now I know who you are." So we stood there chit-chatting for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, and then she had to get going because her husband was sick at home, and she had promised him it wouldn't be too long. So yeah. But anyway, I met her today. So we walked together to the grocery store and chit-chatted on the way there, and then we walked back together, and then I said goodbye to her. Then I walked around the corner, and then I met another elderly woman. For some reason I attract these elderly women, I don't know. And then I chit-chatted with her while we were walking down the road until, she almost reached home and I reached my little cul-de-sac here. And yeah, so a lot of chit-chatting. I mean, a trip that would usually take me 15 minutes if I'm really slow, and there's a lot of customers up there, took me almost 30 minutes. But it's fine. I mean, it's good to have some company and chat with some of these people out here. I mean, you need to know your neighbors, right? And everybody out here is more or less a neighbor because, I mean, in this area where we live, in the homeowners association, there is 200 houses. So, I mean, it isn't a whole lot. And then in the rest of the village, there are approximately 100 houses. So all in all, there is a maximum of 300 houses. And maybe like half of these houses, maybe not quite half anymore, But a lot of these houses have elderly people living in them. So I feel like, we need to not keep an eye on him, but, keep tab on him, If I don't see him for X amount of days, I will go and check on him, make sure that everything is fine. Like when we moved out here, our next door neighbor, Eric, he turned 85 that year. So he was like, if I wouldn't see him for a few days, because usually every day he would go to empty his mailbox, and he would walk right past our kitchen window. So if I didn't see him, I would talk to his other neighbor, ask, have you seen Eric? And if he said no, then we would go down there, make sure that he was okay, and, take care of him, make sure he had what he needed. If he was sick or something, call his I don't even know if it was his daughter or daughter-in-law. We would call her, telling them, okay, Eric is sick, maybe you want to drive by, make sure, that he doesn't need a doctor or something like that. And she appreciated, that we kept an eye out, because she lives in the other end of the town that we live close by. So she didn't, see him every day. So she counted on us out here, keeping a bit of a tabs on him. So yeah. Then sadly they decided to move him closer to where they live. And at first he was, he was like, yeah, it's going to be nice to be close by them and whatnot. Then he moved, and he would call his other neighbor almost every day, sad, crying, because he didn't know anybody. Oh, I'm so sorry. He didn't know anybody out there. He didn't have anybody to talk to, and he wanted to come home. And it ended with him dying. I mean, he was old. He was almost 88 at that time. Yeah, almost 88. So, and his health had deteriorated even when he lived out here. But the neighbor and a few of the other of us have been talking, he would have lived longer if he had stayed out here. Because he was sad and upset and lonely, even though he had his family close by, but they couldn't be there. Every hour of the day they had work. So he was lonely, he was sad. And in the end, we think that might have sped up the end of his life. But, we can't be sure. This is just something that we talked about. Yeah. And then it took a while, but his house sold. And now we have a new neighbor, and his name is Eric. So that is quite easy. It is still next door Eric. Yeah, which is kind of nice. That way I don't have to remember a new name. He isn't home a whole lot. He's traveling for his job. So we, of course, keep an eye out that everything is okay in there, that he doesn't have strangers going in there that doing stuff they shouldn't do. We know he has a friend stop by every now and then, take the trash out on trash day, stuff like that. But we know who that is. We know what the car looks like, and what he looks like. So he's like, he's okay, he can be in there. That kind of, he's okay. I don't need to call the police. But yeah. This is a small town, it is a small village. I don't know, it feels wrong to say that we live in a small town, because we don't. Over here, it is called a village. I mean, I don't even know. I need to ask Google when it stops being a village and when it starts becoming a town, because I have no idea. Maybe Google knows. I need to ask. Oh, question. Do you call Google a he or she? Sometimes it's like, I have to ask Google, I'm sure she knows. Or it, because it seems wrong. So to me, Google is female. I don't know. Have you ever thought about it? If so, what do you think? Or am I just weird again? I mean, I tell you, I think about the weirdest thing every now and then. It probably don't make sense to anybody else, but that is okay. I am weird, and I know it, and I'm proud of it. I am unique. There is nobody else like me, and I am not like anybody else, which makes sense because everybody else is taken. I can't be anybody else because they're taken. So yes. Oh my God, that nose of mine. I'm so sorry, you guys, that you have to listen to all those sniffling and whatnot. I mean, it drives me bonkers, so I can only imagine what you guys must feel. But I have to make some videos this week. I mean, it's Wednesday, and I haven't released one single video this week. Hang on, where did it go? I need an airplane. There you go. So yeah, you do need to release some videos, otherwise people will unsubscribe, right? And I am trying to reach 500 subscribers. Not as it, I have to do it, because if not, it is more like, oh, that'll be fun because I'm so close to reaching 500. And I have a hair on my canvas. Come on. Oh, by the way, I am doing this canvas, this big ass Alphonse Mucha, because I am taking part in, there you were, in Anthony over at Single and Placing's event called Mania. And I will link Anthony's channel down below. I know he has some information on his YouTube about the event. If you want to be part of it, all you have to do is to work on a legally licensed diamond painting with an artwork from Alphonse Mucha, which is kind of easy because Alphonse Mucha is an old master, which means that he is, what is it called again? He isn't copyrighted anymore. There is a word for it, but I forgot it. So yeah, you can basically, buy from everywhere. It just has to be an Alphonse Mucha painting. And you can get those so many places now. I mean, I got this from Jaded Gem Shop, and she has so many. I don't know if she has any in stock, but you can also buy from Diamond Art Club. You can get them from Diamond Painting Shop. Enablers Outpost has some. Who else? Who else? I think Distracted by Diamonds has some. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of companies out there, small shops, that has Alphonse Mucha. I can only, tell you where I've gotten mine. This is, like I said, this is from Jaded Gem Shop. It is called La Dame Camelias. Then I worked on Zodiac from Diamond Art Club. Then I did, God, what was her name? Amethyst from Enablers Outpost. So I have been working on 3 Alphonse Muchas the past 3 years. No, 2.5 years. Right? Yes. Sorry. My first Mucha was Amethyst for Summer with the Masters 2023. And then this year I worked on Zodiac for Summer with the Masters. And I'm pretty sure this one will run over to Summer with the Masters 2025 because I ain't not going to be done with this one in 2 months. Even though I am on row 4. And, I mean, I've only been working on this for about 2 weeks now. And I haven't worked on it since Thursday. I did start working on it again yesterday. So, yeah. I am about 1/3 into the 4th row now. So, yeah, I mean, it does work up pretty fast. Also because I really, really enjoy working on it. It has a lot of confetti, but it also has some color blocking. I mean, like, do you see this area? That is all color blocking. And it is fairy dust. I love fairy dust, by the way. I ordered this one with fairy dust and ABs. They're not called fairy dust. They're called glitter dust, glitter something from Jaded Gem Shop. Yeah. And the interesting thing that, this one, glitter 3865, this is the one AB, it's the one DMC that has the most color in the entire diamond painting. There is almost 17,000 drills in this glitter drill. So that is a lot. That is, yeah, the color that has the largest amount in this diamond painting. So it is gonna shine when I'm done. I can't wait to see it. I mean, it'll be a while, right? Each of these sections is about 10 centimeters tall. So I don't know. When I'm done with this row, it'll be about 40 centimeters out of 180. But, I'm getting there. I mean, that is, I don't know. 4, 8, 12, 16. One more row after the 4th one, and I'll be more than a quarter of the way done. So that is not that bad. I don't know how long it'll take me, but we'll see. I have a dream of being at least halfway done by the end of this event, just for the kick of it, just to say, hey, I did it. I finished more than half in about 2 months. That will be kind of cool. But we will have to see. We will have to see. I will let you know by the end of the year. I mean, I will do a end of year review, and this one will be the whip that carries over, so it'll be in it as well. And we will see how far I've gotten by December 31st. Then in January and February, I have my own event. I am still working on a name, but basically it is, you have to find a wizard diamond painting from Diamond Art Club, and there is a lot, and work along with the rest of us. I have a Facebook group. It is called Mia's Diamond Painting Mayhem. It is listed down below as well. You are more than welcome to join in. It is just about, diamond painting, and we can chit-chat and whatnot. So far, it isn't really a whole lot of action in there, but hopefully that'll come the more people we get in there. So you are more than welcome to come in there, chit-chat with the rest of us. And it will also be in there that some of the, that is where we will have pictures of our progress and that. It would also be on Instagram. I know not everybody uses Facebook, but yeah, I would love it if you would join my Facebook group. Oh my god. Look, we're almost done. Yeah, I'm gonna keep chit-chatting a bit until this square is done. And then I will try to get it uploaded as fast as possible. I know it's rather late over here, so hopefully I can get it uploaded before going to bed. Yeah, and I also need to go in and check on the wooden stove. So I will do that when I finished here. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I'm not gonna stop you just to do that. We're almost finished. Look at all those beautiful glitter drills. I am so in love with glitter drills, fairy dust, whatever you want to call them. They have very fast become my favorite specialty drill. They are amazing. Which is why I love these mini dazzles from Diamond Art Club, because they mostly, they're mostly fairy dusts. And then some of them have some maybes. But fairy dusts. Fairy dust. I mean, I love that more. I have never tried a paint jam. I have to say that. I've never tried doing a paint jam, which was they're the original mini kits. But I have to admit now that I have mini dazzles, I probably never will try a paint jam, just because they don't have fairy dust. And people keep telling me that the quality of the drills isn't as good as Diamond Art Club's. So, yeah. I'm just gonna stick to what I know. I mean, the quality of these Jaded Gem Shop drills, they're fine. There is trash. I do see a lot of these warped baggings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Kind of like they didn't fill the mold all the way before making them. And then I have taps and whatnot. And that isn't Jake's fault, of course. That is the company making them. So I'm not blaming her, but except for that, her drills are great. The quality otherwise is great. And her canvas, oh my god. This canvas is amazing. The glue is amazing. The symbols are clear as day, and the canvas is just an amazing quality. You can't put a finger on anything with this canvas. Had there been less trash drills and whatnot, this would have been perfect. I mean, then it would have been even better than Diamond Art Club, which is a huge win when it comes for me, because I do love my Diamond Art Club. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm guessing you'll be happy when this video is over. You don't have to listen to me sniffling and whatnot anymore. And we're almost done, so yay you. Ha! I'm getting so good at this multi-placing. Yay! Eventually, I will also be fast at it, which I am absolutely not now. I spent way too much time trying to place them correctly, making sure that it is straight, instead of just like I see other people do. And I'm like, how do you do that? How do you just pick up drills and go damn, and they will be straight? Because for the life of me, I have no idea how you do that. But it's okay. It doesn't erase, and I will do this on my terms, which is great. There you go, there you go. The square is done. Do we have anything sticking up? No. So yeah, thank you for letting me keep you company. Look, we have another leaf. You see these two bottom leaves over there? This is the leaf we just finished. You know, there you go. These two leaves is what we have finished, and then the bottom of the next one. So yay! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Next up, we will be working on the bottom of her dress. So yay! Well, thank you for watching this, and thank you for not cursing too much of my sniffles and whatnot. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up. It will mean the world to me. And hopefully I will see you in my next video, or in my live this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 10 a.m. Pacific Time. I would love it if you would show up. This is 7 p.m. European Time or 6 p.m. British Time. So yeah, thank you for being here. I will see you in my next video. And love you all. Bye. Bye.